Why don't you join me while I make some supper? And if you like it, maybe you'll make it for yourself too. I'm making a recipe called Grits and Greens, and it's from the Forks Over Knives app. This recipe is 6 points, and it gets the points from the grits. So if you want to use less grits, then you know that you have less points. I think that the recipe probably makes enough for 4 people. So come on, let's make this recipe. First of all, I'm going to make my grits. Grits are also polenta. So I'm going to put this into my boiling broth, veggie broth. I'm going to put it in slowly so that it doesn't clump up. There we go. And this is really splashy, so you have to be careful that you're not going to burn yourself. I'm going to add some garlic in here too. It's 1 clove of garlic. Keep stirring this a bit so it all gets combined. Okay, now as this cooks, I'm going to put the lid on, and hopefully this is going to be ready at the same time that we are ready to eat. So I'll just set this off to the side now. I'm going to put it on a back burner. And I'll turn this on. I just got on a medium heat here. Oops. So now I'm going to water saute. I don't use any oil when I cook. So when you water saute, you might just want to add in a tablespoon of water at a time. So I've got this. I've got onions. And I've got some garlic. And I've got some peppers here too. This is supposed to be a really quick recipe to make. I'm just going to reach over here and grab a spoon. And if you find that things are sticking a little bit, then you just add in a little bit more water. Mix in my garlic there. Okay, I can hear the grits here, they're really simmering, so I'm going to turn this down. I'm just using Bob's Red Mill grits. And this will all cook down without using any oil at all. Because you know, your oil also adds up to your points too. I'm a no oil cook, as a lot of you know. I'm going to add in another little bit of water. It's just a very, very tiny bit. And move this around. Now my onions have softened up there. I've got this on a high heat. Now I'm going to add in some tomatoes. Just a box tomatoes. And I've got some black beans that I already rinsed. I'm going to add in my seasoning. I've got some smoked paprika and some hot chili peppers. Stir this all up. Looks like this recipe comes together really, really quickly. There we go. It smells great. I'm going to add in my salt at the end. If I need salt, I can put it on when I'm sitting down to eat. Looks pretty good, huh? So now I'm going to add in my greens. The recipe calls for frozen kale. I don't have frozen kale, but I have some fresh turnip greens. And this will cook down a lot. I'm just going to add a little bit more water here. There we go. my greens are really cooking down here. And I think we're ready to eat. Let's give this a good stir. And from the looks of it, I think that this recipe might make enough for 6 people, because that's an awful lot of food here. Okay, stove's off. It's time to plate everything up. Okay, let's go over to the plate here. So the grits look good. These grits make 4 cups from the recipe. Give this a stir. So I'm going to put a cup of grits on my plate, and that's how I know what my points are. So here we go. This is 6 points right here. I'm on the purple plan. And I add my greens now. How am I going to do this? Looks good, doesn't it? Clean my edge. There we go. And I've got a little bit of fennel here. I saved the fronds from one of my bulbs of fennel. Just use that as my garnish. There we go. I have some hot sauce if I want to add that. So this is supper tonight. Thanks for joining me. My name is Jill. Have a great meal.